Well, Jay, we start off with tricky conditions today, and there's lots of games called off in the league. I did say to our groundsman today that I would talk about the pitch. You must have been delighted with the state of the pitch before the game and the fact that we were able to have a game played today.
The pitch was in tremendous condition. Like a really good job. Had we not had the weather that we had overnight and obviously today, the pitch was absolutely plush. It's got loads of grass in it. The playing surface is dead flat. You can tell the hard work that's gone into it to try and get it on today. And as you said, how many other games have been called off in the leagues of our level. Today is a testament to how hard he has worked and how good job he's done on it.
Well, we're now going to talk about the game. As we said, it was tricky conditions out there. We started very positively and probably should have gone 2-0 up very early on. And completely against the run of play, their guy hit a shot from 25 yards, decent strike, bottom corner. Difficult start, I guess.
Frustrating one in terms of not frustrating in the way we played. I thought we played very well. I thought our shape was good. I thought our overlapping runs were great, and the chances that we created were very good chances. But like you said, at this level, you need to score them goals. And you said 2. I'll say 4. I think we could have been, looking back at it, we will see it in the video. But I think 4 very, very good chances to put the game to bed early on, rather than giving yourself sort of uphill battle. And then said, if you don't put those chances away, you can be left to ruin. If a team breaks away and counter-attacks and scores against you. It's very similar to the Whitstable game, in my opinion. We had a lot of possession of the ball and we had a lot of chances in the first 20-25 minutes. You score them, you can get the damage done early on, and then the game, you can just carry on playing the game, your shape and settle into it a little bit easier. When someone then comes back, like Whitstable scored 3 kicks against us, and to be fair, Kurt scored a great cracking goal for them today from outside the box. But in the conditions that you do, if you've got a good strike on you, skiddy conditions, anything can happen. So that's why it's so important to put things to bed.
Well, we did go one behind, but again, you must be delighted in the way the guys reacted. We got back into the game pretty much on the stroke at half time. So, a positive way to finish the half.
A very positive way to finish it. I mean, I always felt that if we got one today, we can get the ball rolling and get a few more. But the timing that we scored the goal just before half time, I think also sort of took the wind out of our sails just a little bit because of the timing on it. And I'm really pleased that we did get the goal. It was a good goal as well. Followed in really well. It then created a good positive team talk for half time. Continuing things that we're doing, continue making the same runs. Just obviously be a little bit more clinical, a bit more ruthless in front of goal.
We started the second half brightly and went 2-1 up, 3-1 up, 4-1 up, and I'm going to be biased in my opinion, but from where I was sitting, just rewards. I thought a very good second half performance.
Agreed. I felt we were in control of the game completely, and as I said, because we were also in control of the game and chances have been created, we just need to finish a few more off. It seemed to happen in the second half. We were better in front of the goal. The finishing was better, a little bit more finesse in front of the goal rather than trying to rip the lever off the ball. Found the corners better, followed up better, which is good. A couple of goals come from good follow-ups. So yeah, I felt that we were in control of it, but it's alright being in control of the game, but you need to finish the game off. And I think that was a key in the second half for us to do.
Don't want to talk too much about Wednesday. It was a cup game and we had a loss, but in regards to that, you must have been delighted with today's performance coming off the back of a defeat midweek in the Velocity Cup. The way the guys reacted, was that something that you've done since Wednesday, that the guys came out with such a very, very positive attitude?
Obviously it has a massive knock-on effect to the way you want to react after that. I think what you need to see about Wednesday, and people talking about it, but there have been a lot of changes on today's team sheet to Wednesday's team sheet, and bearing in mind that the players that we've brought in, a lot of them cut tie from previous clubs that they've played at, weren't eligible to play on Wednesday. I'm not saying that's the reason why, because Horsham fully deserved the win against us, and we did play poorly, especially in that first half. Today, obviously, we wanted to correct that. We don't like losing. I don't like losing, especially as well as the rest of the management team don't. So it was key for us to get off to a bit more of a positive start. And the second half, I think against Horsham, you could say that the job had already been done by Horsham, but we were a lot more lively in the second half. We created a lot of chances. We should have scored 3 goals in that game as well. So it was important to remind them about that and carry that eagerness and that assertiveness straight across to the start of the game today, rather than having to come in at half time and try and coax it out. And I think they did that.
We've spoken before about your role this season. You've come in and you know you're trying to find a settled squad, and you're bringing players in, and you're working out what players are are right for you in specific positions. And you touched on it earlier about bringing new guys in. We've had a couple of new guys, Elliot and Martin, have come on board in the last week, and unfortunately Andrew Briggs has departed the club. So. Can you tell us about that? I mean, starting with Andrew. I mean, obviously, I know he played on Wednesday. Was that a decision by him or yourself, or kind of a joint decision?
Kind of a joint decision. Obviously, what's said between me and Andrew stays mainly between me and Andrew, if I'm being honest. But it was more of a conversation about what we wanted, what he wanted, and we agreed to part ways that way around. I've got high regard for Andrew. I think he's a very talented player, and he'll go on and do very well. But the new boys that we brought in, I think, have done really well. Saw Louis play at right back, Martin Box play at left back, Elliot come in as the centre midfield today, Mason again come on and affects the game when he comes on. All those new players, and Finn the goalkeeper, all doing a really good job. And part of a job as a manager when he comes into a club is to assess why the club were in the position that we're in and what changes need to be made. And slowly, over the course of games, of course, the changes will happen. You want to stamp your own authority, you want to stamp your own print on the team and your own style of play. And it's not going to happen quickly. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But it will start happening now. We've been here sort of a couple of months now, and new players coming in. Even though new players are still coming in, that change will happen and gradually happen. And it's all gearing up really for next season, if I'm being honest.
Just going back to Martin Box, I mean, you must be delighted that what you're doing at the club, someone like Martin, who's got a pro contract at Barnet, is interested and wanting to come along and play for yourself and also play for Burgess Town Football Club.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to get good players like Martin to come along. I've known Martin since he's an under 14, well, even earlier than that, but at Brighton he was there from about 9 years old, but as an under 14 I used to work for Brighton and coach him as an under 14-year-old. He knows my style of coaching and my style of management. I know him as a style of player. He fits in the team nicely, as you've seen with the performances that he's put in. With a cracking sort of free kick even towards the end for Drew to score his second goal. So he settled in the side brilliantly in terms of personality, in terms of the way he plays as well. So we will get those type of players in, players that you can bring in and change your side, change the dynamic of your side.
Well, it's a fantastic win today. We move on to Tuesday, providing the pitch is held up today and obviously the weather conditions hopefully improve. Ramsgate at home, again it's going to be a difficult game, as all these league games are. I'm sure you're hoping for much of the same that the guys showed today. Definitely,
the application I would expect to be exactly the same. I wouldn't want that changing whatsoever. Ramsgate got a good draw today against Whitehawk. They come from 2-0 down, I think it is. It's back to 2-2. Which shows what they're doing. They're changing things. Matt's got in there as a new manager, and he's putting on things. And we know Matt likes to play a bit of football and stuff like that as well. So, and they're fighting for their lives and they're fighting for every point. So, although we look at teams below us and say, "Oh, that's a game we should win," every team's fighting for their life, and those games actually become harder. So you have to match the will and desire before you can get your talent and your tactics out onto the pitch. So that would be the minimum that we require. It's the same sort of. Persona onto the game, that we want to go there, we want to press them, we want to close them down. We still want a style of football to hopefully outplay their style of football, and we'll adjust the game accordingly. But they will bring something different to what Freebridge did today.
Well, as we said earlier, difficult conditions today, but fantastic result, and congratulations on today's win.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, Joe.
Thank you.